in first period, I already made this, and this one's obviously really easy. I didn't want to demo this. All I did was roll out a piece of clay, and then I put my drawing around it, and then I cut it out exactly the same size of the drawing. So I wanted things to be pretty exact. And then I scored and slipped, and I smoothed and welded the sides down so it wouldn't move. This is going to be very soft because it's not leather hard yet, but eventually it will harden up, and that's when it loses the moisture and the air kind of takes it all out. I'm also going to cut out that triangular shape. I kind of drew it in there, and there's another triangle here. So I'm going to cut those out once this gets a little bit harder. All right, so I'm just going to make a basic shape for this one. I'm just going to put it on top. You're going to start with clay. You can use guides if you want. I'm just going to roll it out flat, and I'm just going to not press hard. I'm pressing really light because it's a little piece of clay. All right, since I'm going to make this easy, I'm going to make a three-sided shape, so I'm just going to make a pyramid. I'm not going to make a cube. I could make a cube, but it's the same concept. So I'm just going to flatten out some of this. Again, if you want to use rulers, you can actually use single rulers instead of the double ones if you're afraid that this is going to not be even. So I think that's pretty good. You can either measure out your shape or you can try to eyeball it. So I'm going to cut out 3 even triangles. I'm going to cut it out like that. Hopefully that's even. All right, so I got 3 triangles right there. Might be small for some of you. This clay is very soft, so it's not very strong yet, so you have to be careful. You would want to let this harden up. You could actually blow dry it for a couple minutes, 1 minute each side, and flip it so it's a little bit stronger. And what you're gonna do, this one's a little strange. If it's soft, you can just smooth the sides over like we've done before. But we're gonna pretend this is leather hard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna score using this tool. I'm gonna score the edges that we're putting together. And I had to do this for this. I scored the bottom of the lid, or I scored the bottom of my handle and the top of my lid. I scored it and I slipped it. So I'm gonna score this side. You're just roughing it up like that with the serrated rib. And you're also going to rough up the other piece that you're attaching. So I'm attaching it to this wall. You're not putting perfect lines, you're just roughing it up. It kind of looks like Velcro when you look at it. Then you're going to take your slip. And a lot of the times the slip might have a layer of water at the top. That's okay. You're just going to dig in and grab some of the slip. Should feel a little bit sandy. That's a lot.
Sandy cheeks.
And we're going to put some right there. So it's on the scored area. And you can also put it on the other scored area. Now you're going to attach them, and you're going to weld them together with your hand. And you can do this on the table. Things, when you guys work today, if you put like a sphere on top of your lid, you might think, oh, it's going to stay because it feels like it's going to stay without scoring and slipping. Once your whole project dries, that's when that sphere will roll off. You'll see. Or maybe I'll see when I put it in the kiln. It'll fall apart. So you need to score and slip. The slip acts as a glue, and it really secures a nice strong bond. Do you guys see that? Because this clay is so soft, normally it's not always like this. I could actually just put this up, and there's some slip on my hands, so it's helping as a glue. I could actually just throw this on there. This clay is extremely soft. But if you're working with leather hard clay, like if you build a shape last class, it's not going to be as soft as this. So I'm building my pyramid. I'm just pinching those corners so I get a nice strong corner. And you might want to blow dry these before you put it together because it's so soft. If you blow dry it, it's stronger, so you'll have stronger flat pieces. I've been doing this a while, so it looks flatter with when I build it. But you might get a lot of lumps and fingerprints when you're building it. Okay, So you can't just take this and put it on here because this is a lot harder. This is not soft. So I'm gonna have to score this. And it's easy to score now because it's all together. It's one shape, right? We're just gonna score that. The walls are kind of caving in because it's so soft. And you're also gonna score the area where it goes. So this is leather hard. I have to score this. The clay consistency is a lot different. Don't worry if I scored too much. It's not gonna make a difference right now. I'm gonna put slip.
Can you put too much slip on it?
Yeah, I'd rather you put too much than not enough because it's just gonna like,
Extra glue.
yeah, it's just gonna go out the sides and then you can smooth it away. You can also put it on this area, but I put a lot on there. And let's just put like a little pyramid in the center. So there's trapped air in here, right? Because my pyramid is trapping air. If I was happy with this placement, I have to poke a hole right there. Why? Why do I have to poke a hole? Terry.
So air can come out and it'll explode.
Yes, because this will explode in the kiln because it's not only trapping air, it's trapping moisture molecules, which will cause the moisture will try to force itself out and it has nowhere to go. It's staying inside. So you need to put like a little pinhole, maybe a little bit bigger than a pinhole because the pinhole could close up. Just carve like a tiny little circle hole, like the size of maybe a piece of rice. Okay? Don't forget to do that because you'll be very sad that your project exploded. So I'd have to put a hole in there. Do you guys have any questions? Pretty easy? Okay, you can get started.